President Yemi Osinbajo has called for the cooperation of the United Kingdom, European Union, other international communities and regional bodies to concretize the efforts against unconstitutional changes of governments and deter coup plotters in Africa. He said this on Monday when he received the United Kingdom's Minister for Africa, Vicky Ford, and British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Katrina Lang, at the presidential villa. This was disclosed in a statement signed on Tuesday by Laolu Akonde, the senior special assistant to the President of Media and Publicity. According to the Vice President, there is a lot of attention being paid to coups d'etat going on, especially in the West African sub-region. I think it is important that we take a closer look at how to prevent and deter coups d'etat and adventures of various kinds who want to take over governments by force. One of the critical things which have been discussed at various ECOWAS meetings is how to cooperate with the rest of the world, bodies such as the UN, EU, and some of the development finance institutions to give our sanctions more teeth, he said. The vice president added that if there is some cooperation at the multilateral level, we might be able to deter some of these coups. I think that it is an issue that we should engage even more on, because that one it is troubling that one after the other countries are experiencing coups d'etat. Speaking on the government's efforts to in the area of energy transition and economic development, the vice president restated Nigeria's commitment to the post-coups 26 agenda while calling on the wealthier countries in the international community to fulfill their obligation, especially in funding gas as a transition fuel. He commended the United Kingdom's acknowledgement of Nigeria's economic sustainability plan and other efforts to ensure growth in the economy and foster prosperity among the people. Earlier in the remarks, the UK Minister for Africa, Ford recalled the cordial relationship that exists between Nigeria and the UK, noting that the need for improved collaboration in the areas of trade and investments and green energy, among others. She commended the excellent job done by the Buhari administration with the economic sustainability plan, which has ensured a positive growth trajectory of the economy. Of course, now they will continue to support themselves. Buhari is doing well. You want them to come and say Buhari is not doing well, of course, which they know the truth. And again, these guys, they came to see them. That was when the vice president had to chip it in. You know, at times I just see that these guys are just fulfilling all righteousness. You know the kind of the numbers of aides that the vice president has. They will just say, okay, this is what we are going to say. Some people are coming to visit us. They must say something. And believe you me, what they have said is going to end there. You are telling them they should do this, they should do this, they should do that. What have you done? You are afraid. If you don't do the right thing, forget it. There's nothing these guys can do. So you want to tell me that this is a coup that has started happening in the West Africans? The first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, if not the fifth one. When the first one happened, what did they do? The second one happened, what did they do? The third one happened, what did they do? They couldn't do anything, because if you are the ones that will propel this coup to happen, you can't continue with this kind of impunity. Things are going on the AY in the opposite direction in an abnormal way, and you expect things to flow. No, it will not flow. Those were the things that other countries were taking for granted until it happened. Boom. It happened. If you don't do the right thing, you think these guys will save you. You are just joking. And come to think of it, he himself, he doesn't even mean what he's saying. You know, it will just be on record, just to be on record. While they were in office, they were just marking time. They will not say, okay, you were doing this, all of the things that he said there, it will end there. Nobody's helping anybody. If you are afraid that the coup should not happen, it will happen because you guys are the ones propelling it. All the speech they made, all whatever the jamboree meeting they had is going to end there. Nobody's helping anybody. They will tell you the relationship between Nigeria is being cordial. Really? I don't know the kind of school that all these guys go to, that things are going the other way around and they are not seeing it. People are taking advantage of the country. They are not seeing it. Who does that? Osinbajo is one of the evil rulers we have in Africa, calling the world powers to help suppress Africans whose rulers politically subjected to all manner of problems is unacceptable. Mr. Vice President, you and your cronies refuse to work together to listen and adhere to the yearnings of the people, which is very simple. Provide an enabling environment. That is its own terminology. We say, oh, we are trying to provide an enabling environment. Since 7 years, that is what you hear Osinbajo talk, and yet the environment is always volatile, continues to be volatile. Those are the things they are supposed to do. Like I said, do the right thing, everything. You don't need anybody. If you do the right thing, fine. Let the people have a decent life. Standard of living of the people should be improved. And you're here, they're calling people to come and help you. How? Who does that? If you don't listen to the yearnings of people and you think it will not happen, it will happen. This is a typical Nigerian. He only believes in power and people are suffering. With this kind of leadership you are practicing now, it's better military to crush these evil politicians and bring sanity. The word dictator no be my problem, but the so democratically elected president of Africa nation are so corrupt. The well-being of this, the well-being of this yes, the well-being of this they are governed doesn't concern them. All they know is their selfish interest. I refer to them as a modern day slave kingpin. The only way to prevent it is to give the people good governance, and that's it. Stop pretending as if you don't even know the cause of the problem. You better tell your boss to buckle up. They are just warming up to just leave, and this is the man they said that he will continue. The reason why the northerners are flaunting him is because he's a lawyer. He's a humble slave. He's so loyal that he does not challenge anything. You can imagine the creating an enabling environment that Osinbajo has been preaching since he came on board. The country is getting worse. Please get it right, Professor. Africa's problem is not school. Rather, it is bad leadership, who is just a reaction. Good governance is the only panacea to unconstitutional change of government. Look at Britain. They don't have a written constitution, but they have a stable government. But Nigeria, that spent trillions in lawmaking, is the most lawless and ungovernable government in the African continent. Vice President Osinbajo, hope you remember that you were a senior pastor in the church before you joined politicians. Or have you forgotten? Is this what you promised us? Is this not disappointment? Now you are afraid of who, isn't it? Then put things in order like it is done in that UK and EU that you are calling them to come and... Oh my God. Oh my God, they think Nigerians are just mumus that do not reason. You know, they don't even think whether what they are doing is right or whether you think what they are doing is right. They just say it anyhow you want to interpret it. That is what I have noticed about these guys. Anyhow you want to interpret it, it is your own cup of tea, whether it makes sense to you or not. But they have said it. That's it. They move on and they collect their money and they move on. So guys, leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.